Okay. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is fine. I don't have anything particular to talk about except that I just wanted to reemphasize the fact that evolution doesn't have any basis whatsoever. It's a total farce. It always happens where you can't see it happen. Often, some age or something where you can't see it happen. Let me see what I got here. Oh, shalom, Jesus is Lord. How you doing? I'm fine, thank you. So they always have, because most adaptation and variation is due to recombination of the genome, which speaks to design, not evolution. And you might have an error, copy error, which might assist in some way to adapt to an environment, but it's not going to change what it is. It's not going to change what it was made to be. And who knows if that was intended to, How do you know if that wasn't intended to, as part of the design? Still doesn't change what it is or what it was made to be. Because, I mean, there's just all kinds of instruction for each particular organism to make it what it is. And there's backup information for that too, if it fails. And most of the time, if it's going to change it too much from what it is, it's probably not going to survive anyway. But because the thing I wanted to talk about was that you have these people, these evolutionists or these quote unquote scientists that have all this fancy jargon. They like to talk, big talk, and they have no substance whatsoever. No substance whatsoever. When you get down to it, they don't have anything. They say, oh, geology, you got to look at the chemical composition of the rock and this and that. And it's nonsense, total nonsense. Geology is the result of the global flood. What more evidence do you want of the global flood? You got everything that was living at the time buried in consecutive water deposited sediment layers that were deposited in rapid succession in a matter of days. And you can't have millions of years between the layers. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. People want to complicate things and say they understand deep things of science and stuff. They don't understand anything. They're making stuff up and trying to make themselves look smart when, they're just making themselves look bad. Sean Carroll, brilliant guy, makes himself look pitiful. Neil deGrasse Tyson, same thing. Lawrence Krauss, don't even talk about Lawrence Krauss. He says everything he comes out of his mouth is contradictory. And he says because of this and because of that and because of that, and it doesn't take any energy at all. Yeah, right. Everything exists without any effort, right? Tell that to somebody that doesn't want to know the truth or something. Don't tell that to me. So yeah, these guys, like you got Roger Penrose and who was it, Stephen Hawking? They're saying, oh, everything can exist because of gravity. What? You can't even have gravity. Gravity only exists because something exists. You can't make everything exist because of gravity. These people are totally, the most brilliant people in the universe, in the world, supposedly, make themselves look like amateurs. And they make me think I'm smart. And I know I'm not that smart, you know. But it's just so aggravating because they teach this to kids, and the kids go up believing it, and then they think, the kids think they know something, and they don't know anything. They know a lot of what is not so. Bunch of educated know nothings. It's just so aggravating. And when I was in South America, I could understand. You read a book, or whatever, you see a movie or whatever, read a book, if there, whatever there is. There's no way you can object. There's no way you can object and say, this is not right. But here we have the internet. There's no excuse for these people, and they refuse to talk to us. They refuse to talk to us, thinking that they're better than us, or trying to make people think that they're better than us and that they know so much more. But they're just, they're talking nonsense and teaching nonsense, and it's just so aggravating that they would teach something that has no basis whatsoever to kids. If you wanna not believe in God, teach that. Teach that you don't believe in God, and that's why you believe in evolution. Don't be saying that evolution is a fact, because it's not a fact. There is no science. There's no science supporting evolution whatsoever. Not a bit of science. It's all imagination, assumption, conjecture, and wishful thinking on the part of unbelievers that don't want for a God to exist. Come out with it. Tell the truth. Tell the truth that you hate God, and that's why you believe in evolution. You believe in mindless matter, magical mindless matter that made everything. Tell the truth. There's no way for mindless magical matter to make anything, because it's not magical to begin with. Doesn't have a mind, doesn't have power, doesn't have ability. Matter can only be what it's made to be to begin with. And it can't do anything that it's not directed to do or made to do. It's just so simple. But it's so annoying. But this is probably, my rant for the week or whatever. I just like to know when this nonsense is going to stop. When they're going to stop teaching people, kids, nonsense. Hello, this one guy. How you doing? I'm doing good. It's my weekend, and I got off for the weekend, so I'm doing good. So, but I just had to get out this rant before I get started doing the weekend. Anyway, evolution is always, so far away in a distance past, and supposedly something warped here, something warped there, and then that warped to something else, and then it's just total nonsense. It's totally against science. Everything is going from order to disorder, and that includes biology. Nothing can order itself. Nothing. Not energy, not matter, not computer programming. Nothing. Nothing can order itself. Ever. That's science. Now, if you can prove otherwise, that's something else, but you can't prove it. Yeah, that's good to hear. Just chilling. And Jesus is Lord. Send shalom, brother Jungle. So, yep. Yeah, so it's about that, pretty much. I probably don't have too much else to say. I just wanted to, remind these evolutionists that they're a bunch of cowards. They don't want to talk. I mean, it's like they run from you. Once they realize they don't have anything to say to you, they run and hide. Well, tell your big bad scientist to come talk to me. Tell him to come talk to me. You know, if you're afraid to come talk to me, tell your big bad scientist to come talk to me. Tell Sean Carroll to come talk to me. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Lawrence Krauss, anybody. You know, it don't matter to me.